Welcome to my How to Customize Your Template Directories for CrazyTalk Animator 2. In this how-to, I will show you how easy it is to customize your template directories to group all the G2 objects into their own unique directories. Here I've opened up CrazyTalk Animator 2, which defaults up to the Project tab. We'll click on the Actor tab and we'll be on the Template tab within that. We have the actor template, character, head, and body. Now if we expand the characters, we'll see that we have all the G2 characters in the character directory and a G1 directory underneath that with all the G1 characters in it. Now what we want to do is right click on the G1 and then open up the option menu and click on Find File. This opens up a Windows Explorer. It has all the files in there. You have all your G2 characters and you have a G1 subdirectory in there. Just right click, go to New, Folder, rename it G2, then go up and select all of the G2 characters and drag them down to the G2 directory and they'll move in there. And now you have a G1 and G2 directory. If you notice, CrazyTalk Animator also automatically updated, and now you have a G1 directory and a G2 directory under your characters. Now since we're modifying the directory structure to something that's non-standard for CrazyTalk, be aware that if you reinstall CrazyTalk Animator or some updates that will update the characters will probably go back into the character directory rather than the G2 directory. So all you need to do is what we just did is you right click and on the G1 or G2, this will pop up the Windows Explorer menu. All the new characters will be in there. You just select them and drag them into the G2 directory, overwriting the ones in there, and then they will be updated. Looking in the heads directory under sprite base, we see as a G1 directory. So we right click on that and pull up the Windows Explorer using Find File. There we can see all the G2 heads. We will create another folder, call that G2. Then select and drag all of the G2 heads into that folder, and now we have a G2 directory holding all the G2 heads. Next, selecting the body directory, we see another G1 directory with all the G2 bodies in the body directory. So we right click, find file in the G1, pulls up the Windows Explorer. We'll right click, new folder, name it G2, select all the G2 bodies and drag them into the G2 directory, and make sure you don't move the folder.dat file. And now we have a G1 and G2 directory under the body. Keep in mind that all the files under the Template tab are all protected. That means you can't add, delete, or modify any of the files in the Template tab in those directories under there. If you go into one of these directories, you will not be able to modify them. And just to show you, we'll go in and right click on one of these, and the menu comes up and all the cut, delete, rename, etc. are all grayed out, meaning you can't change any of those. On the other hand, everything in the custom directory you can modify, delete, rename, create folders, do whatever you want, because that's your area, your work area. And now for a word of warning. Creating these G2 directories or modifying your template directories is non-standard to the CrazyTalk Animator 2 installation, so that any reinstallation and probably updates will put characters, heads, and bodies back into its normal expected locations. If you do make these G2 directories, then you would have to go back in and move the new characters, heads, and bodies into your G2 directories, overwriting the ones that are currently there to get the updates. And for this reason, I would not go crazy modifying all the directories. There's just a few that I modified, those 3, and I have had no problems with them, and it keeps my characters a little more organized. But it's up to you. It's your preference. You don't have to do this, and only if you feel comfortable doing it should you do this. Well, that's it for this CrazyTalk Animator 2 how-to. Until next time, You can see more on my YouTube channel, CTA Step by Step, and I can be reached at ctastepbystep@gmail.com with any requests, problems, or help that's needed.